Okay, hi. So I am in Taiwan right now, and it's like legitimately one of the prettiest countries that I've ever been to in my life. Everything about it is beautiful. Like the cities are gorgeous, the like the rural areas are gorgeous, the national parks are gorgeous. Look at this. Okay, so right now I'm in Kaohsiung, which is the southernmost, like, big city. My flight is out of this airport on Sunday, which is tomorrow. I don't want to leave. I've been here for 16 days, and I originally came and I was going to just, like, be by myself the whole time and just kind of, like, travel solo, but it didn't work out like that at all, and in fact, I was with someone pretty much every single day. There was a boy who I spent 5 of the 16 days with and then texted every day. I guess we're dating, I guess. But yeah, so I mean, the times I spent with him were incredible. Like by motorbike, he and I went legitimately all of the places in the north. Like every single little tourist attraction we went to, we found hidden temple caves. We went to this really cool green tea field with a lake around it. Like we didn't just go to temple, we went to a ton of temples actually. We didn't just go to like tourist places, we went to really meaningful, amazing, hidden places that nobody was at. There was a temple that I saw while we were driving that was just kind of like hidden in the mountains, and I was like, dude, how do we get there? And so he was like, I don't know, but you want to find out? And we freaking just drove up the mountain and got to the temple, and I decided that was going to be our future home. Yeah. It's been amazing here. Oh God, I just cannot. But I'm going to tell you the most fun story of Taiwan. This far? I don't even want to say this far because if it gets any crazier, I don't know how I'll cope. Okay, so yesterday I was on a train from Taipei to Kaohsiung. It is a 5-hour train. I woke up early so that me and Chenghan, who is the boy, would be able to get on a train that was only 4 hours because I didn't want to sit on a train for 5.5 hours and ruin a day. So I got tickets for the 4-hour train, and then I ended up going northbound instead of southbound, so I was on the wrong train. But this girl who was sitting across from me, she found out that I was on the wrong train because I was sitting in someone's seat and they were complaining about that, and I didn't know, and I was like, well, it's my seat. And I showed her my ticket, and she was like, oh my God, you're on the wrong train. But don't worry, I'm getting off at the next stop, and so I can take you to get your ticket replaced. And then she told me that she left 10 minutes early that day for no reason. She just felt like she should. And she was like, and now I have all this time, but here you are, like fate, you needed me. And it was so weird how that like coincidence happens, because she said she never left early before, but here she was when I needed her. Yeah, it was amazing. And then I got onto the next train, the next correct train. This one was the 5-hour train. I did not have a seat because it was overbooked, so I was standing for an hour and a half. Not bad because I stand all the time. But I did see someone get up and leave, so I was like, oh, I'll just take their seat and then get up if someone needs it. So I was sitting there for 4 stops, okay? I placed my backpack above me and I fell asleep for the 4 stops. I woke up and my backpack was gone. My backpack had all of my stuff. My passport, my money, my clothes, all of the underwear I own, which is a fun fact, literally everything. All my tampons, everything, my socks. Oh my God. Okay, I can't even emphasize enough how much was in that backpack. All of it. So I obviously started to panic, naturally. And I found a cop and I was like, my bag is stolen, I don't know what to do. And he did not speak English. And so I started like telling other people, like, someone stole my bag, and nobody spoke English. So I pulled out my fucking Google Translate and I wrote, someone stole my bag, and I gave it to one of the little cleaner ladies, and then she just like freaked out and she was like, oh! And then she started like telling all the cops and everything, like what had happened, and they wanted to know what what kind of bag it was, da-da-da-da. And so I Google translated everything. Then we found some nice girl who happened to speak English, and so she was translating to them as well. Like, I was asleep for 4 stops, and in that time, someone took my bag. Yeah. Oh my god, I was panicking, and then the cop stopped the train. Sorry guys, everyone that was on the train, there was like 500 people on the train, but he stopped it, and then he made me walk down all 8 cars with him to find and see if we could find my bag. We did not, but I was crying the whole time, so that obviously looked a little weird. Like, why is that little foreigner crying by herself on a train? And then I kind of looked young, so they probably thought, like, I lost my mommy, I lost my daddy. Yeah. So then, we got to Kaohsiung 5 hours later, and I was just bawling. I was crying hysterically, ugly crying. It was disgusting. And we went to the police station, and they got my full like description of the bag, all the stuff that was in it, wrote that down, and then we went to the US Embassy to report my passport being stolen. And I had to pay like for a new passport, and so I have a temporary passport right now, and then when I get back to America I can apply for a new one with 52 pages because mine was full, and it'll be like free of charge because I already paid for the temporary, which is 1 year. Oh my god, it was such a mess. And so that took until 7 p.m. When I was there though, the cops took me to get like a vegan meal because they found out I was vegan and I hadn't eaten all day. And so they took me to a vegan buffet and like got me vegan food, and it was incredible. There was like vegan Spam and all this stuff, and I was like, are you sure this is vegan? They were like, yes, it is. It's made out of soy. It's from Buddhist places. And I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, so I got my vegan meal on, and then when I was at the embassy talking to people about the fact that my passport was stolen, one of the old ladies there, one of the old lady volunteers saw me crying, and so she was like, oh my god, you're too young and cute to cry, I don't want this to happen to you, why don't you just stay with me free of charge and I'll feed you and all that stuff, because I know like you have no money, you have no stuff, like you can't just sleep outside. And obviously I took her offer very seriously, and I was like, oh, can I actually? And so I stayed at her house, and she made me vegan food and let me sleep in her spare bedroom, and oh god, it was so sweet. Like, the kindness I am shown here, I think Taiwan might be the only country with 100% of the residents being actually polite and kind and nice and caring, and oh, I love everyone here. It must be all the temples, like, it's a Buddhist nation, so I can tell. So this is all happening, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So we go back to the station, and I start watching the CCTV because they want me to see if I can identify the person that stole it. And while I was watching meticulously, one of the girls was like, Megan, we found your bag. And I was like, and I literally just got up and started screaming. I was just done. Nope. I screamed and I hugged the male cop whose birthday it was that day. He just turned 25. And so I hugged him, and he was like, can you please hug anyone that isn't me? Like, hug one of the girls. He was so embarrassed, but I was like, I don't care. I'm so happy. This is so good. And yeah, so apparently what had happened is a girl on the train thought that I had left. And so she took my bag and took it to Lost and Found, and she found me on Instagram and sent me that message, but like, I don't get the messages. She was in my message requests, and so I just happened to see that by chance, and I messaged her back, and I was like, girl, I was on that fucking train, you made my day so bad. And I like passive aggressively kind of noted like I had to buy a new passport, all this stuff. I was crying, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I thought I was helping. This is so terrible, I didn't mean to do that to you. I really thought you left. And I was like, oh, I can't be mad because you thought you were doing good, but you really made my day terrible. Yeah, and so this morning, I went to the police station, got my bag, nothing was taken, my passport was there. It sucks because I'm getting a new passport, and I was so close to filling that one. Like, I was only 2 pages away from having a full passport at 23. Oh, it's okay though, because I needed a new passport anyway. I would have had to get one because it was full. So I guess it's fine. And I get to keep it, so. Yeah. Wow. And then the police people called me and they're like all excited. We found your bag, we found your bag. I went there and I took pictures with all the police. It was the greatest thing of all time. Oh. I don't want to leave Taiwan. I'm actually coming back in April because, like, I'm not done with this place. The kindness of the people here, the beauty of the country. There's a jumping fish. Cool. It's just my favorite place ever. Oh man, it's so beautiful. Life is so beautiful. So anyway, the moral of the story is not every day is a good day, and some days are going to be so shitty, but there is good in every day and there is good in everybody, and I hope that all of you, well, first of all, never lose your bag or never have your bag stolen, but just get to meet people that will change your life in such a way. Like the kindness, I want to be this altruistic. I hope to be this altruistic. Taiwan is the epitome of altruism, I guess. Like, wow. And yeah, that's my story. Yay!